Good afternoon to all traders. I welcome you all to today's live stream. So we'll begin in a moment. Welcome everyone. So let's begin today's live stream. So today's we'll be analyzing today's market with the strike tool. So before we begin, all of you who are new here can log into web.strike.money and use the tool. Many new exciting things are coming, and let us know how you will find the tools, how you like it, and if you want anything new, just let us know via the feedback section and we'll look into it. So let's begin today's stream. I hope my screen is showing to everyone. If not, you can just put a comment. And if you have any other question, then also you can put a comment. So finally, we are seeing again bullish build up in today's market. Breadth is also good. 32 of the Nifty stocks are up and 330 of the Nifty 500 stocks are up today. In terms of options OI, yesterday we saw that the 19400 had the highest call OI as well as put OI. It seems that that level has been crossed on closing basis, and you can see now the OI is very less on call side for 19400. That means the call writers are uh, running from the 19400 strike to further, that is 19450 and 19500 strikes. So the 400 19400 level seems to be cleared by the bulls as of now, and the next resistance, the major resistance seems to be that 19500. For the bank nifty, yeah, so for the bank nifty also has seen a lot of good move into the session, almost up by 462 points. And yes, as of yesterday, the highest OI was at 44,000 for puts as well as calls. But right now, you're seeing most of the OI is gone from the call side. So call writers have shifted their positions from 44,000 to 4,400. Now the level remains at the level that is remains to be watched out for is 44,500 on the upside. So as of now, the current spot levels are uh, just below 44,500. That is 44,450. Just a second. Yeah. Talking about the FNO segment, 106 stocks are in long buildup and only 52 in short buildup. 15 are in short covering and 13 are in long unwinding. So in the FNO segment as well, the momentum is on the upside today. So before diving further into the charts, let's have a look at the FIDI data for yesterday and at the sentiment as well. So the cash market again, nothing in big numbers, minor selling by FIs, that is up to the extent of 495 crores, and buying by the DIs about 533 crores. In the derivatives, however, in the FI part, the data was neutral in terms of futures. There was not much change, but in terms of options, there was a lot of put addition. So that was in terms of that. Net position in the put got increased by 1,83,000 contracts. So options data was not as bullish for the Nifty, for the FI index puts on yesterday's closing, but in today's session, we are seeing the bullish breakouts that we are anticipating for. In terms of sentiment, again, since there was not much change in their positioning, we won't be seeing it in the uh, showing up here in the indicator because the number was mostly flat from the lowest point that was around negative of 42,000 contracts. We are right now at 28,000 negative for the FI net index futures. In terms of client position, that is also around 60,000 long. So they're still at their bearish extremes, I would say. Not much change here. So today's data will be interesting to see to which side it moves and whether or not there is decent amount of covering from the FIs or not. The swing we had observed that the momentum swing indicator, which in which we calculate the on the basis of whether the momentum is rising in most stocks or falling. So the smoother version of the indicator went down to 20, which is a fairly oversold reading. And from there, we have slowly seen a pickup in the swing as well as in the Nifty index. In terms of market breadth, by the way of diffusion indicators, let's see. Yeah. So we had this positive divergence with the percentage of stocks above 20 DMA, and it still holds because we didn't make any lower low on the indicator, but we did on the market. And right now we are trying to recover from there. So that positive divergences still remain, and the market is slowly trying to pick up from those levels. Even the stocks with RMI indicator in buy had reached very low, about 22, and there was this positive divergence that is still playing out, and the now the number has risen to 52. Let's take a look at the Nifty 500 as well. So for the 500, it never went below 30. So that explains that the broader market was much stronger than the large caps in this last few days, and the broad market has been actually doing well. Even if you look at mid cap, then also the number didn't go below 28, and you can see the rise has been in a straight line. Even today, it is at another new high. That is on the diffusion indicators. You can log in onto web.strike.money and get this insight in terms of what the internal stocks are doing on various different indices. So let's go to today's heat map and try to see where the action is. So I'm at today's heat map. Almost everything is positive today. Only a couple of indices are in negative. That is FMCG, energy, and other two are pharma and oil gas that are flat. But in terms of leading, the action today has actually come from banking. You can see the top index is PSU banks, followed by the private bank index, and on the fourth number there is the bank Nifty itself. So banking has made a comeback. Within that, we are seeing PSU banks showing more strength as usual, and the smaller stocks of the market, that is the micro cap, small cap, and mid cap, are still stronger than the large caps itself. So we are seeing a lot of names popping up there. So I'm sure some of these names we have already analyzed in previous or day before yesterday's stream, and they're popping up. So for example, we had seen Bandhan Bank and Axis Bank. I think the day before yesterday, these popped up into the RMI scanner, and you can see they are now breaking out to the higher levels. So, for example, if I go to Axis Bank setup, yeah. So we observed it on 18th live stream. It was giving a new buy signal in terms of RMI, while the closing for that day was 943, and from there on it has picked up really well and closed above all the averages. So this is a real-time example of how we filter stocks based on scanners, and you can track those. So before diving further into the scanners, I'm coming to the charts of Nifty and Bank Nifty itself to see are we changing anything or not. So the change today that I'm seeing here is the SMA 10 turning bullish. That is, the price is trading above that, but it is still yet to close. So the level is fallen down to 19,440. So even yesterday I was highlighting that this trend line. Let me draw, and the 10-day average are at same levels. So that key level is for today is at, for the trend line it is even lower, but the average is at 19,442. So the on closing basis, if we clear above this level, it means further strength to the setup. And next important level that can be waited for confirmation is the 20-day average, which is at 19,529 as of now. But it is falling, so it can fall further tomorrow as well. No signal on the MACD yet. So let us go to the setup. So pretty much same. 40-day EMA is holding, still below 20 DMA. Dow trend reading is still bearish on the daily chart. 20-day is still up. RMI has started to turn up, but there is no bullish crossover as of now. So if you look at the hourly, It had yesterday we were observing that it was holding above the 40 hour, and still that is the case. So on the hourly chart, all the confirmations are still intact, and it is trying to hold above these key levels. In terms of Bank Nifty, yeah, so it had been weaker, but right, we observed that yesterday it was already breaking out of this trend line. It actually closed outside, which was a bullish signal for the index. And if we look at the average, yeah, so the Bank Nifty is convincingly above the 10-day average as of now. The level is at 44,184, which needs to be held out on closing basis. And the next key level would be the 20-day average. So the 20-day average is at 44,725 oddly. So that is still about 250 to 300 points away. So that needs to be seen whether we close above it tomorrow or maybe today's session or not. In terms of the trade setup here on the daily chart, the interesting thing is that finally we are seeing here two big changes since a lot of sessions. We are seeing RMI indicator crossing into bullish territory and downtrend also changing to down to up. The averages are right above, which are yet to cross. The 20-day, as we discussed, is at 44,725, and the 40-day is at 44,587. So crossing these averages, the all the four confirmations will get true. But as of now, today, two of the four factors are indicating at a reversal in the Bank Nifty index at least. So since banking has a good amount of weightage in the Nifty itself, it can be the same case for Nifty, but the Nifty itself is not giving any signal in today's session. So banking looks interesting. So let's with that, I'll go to the scanners to see any signals for today. So I'm selecting indices as well as FNO basket stocks, and let's select these signals. Yeah, so the same story as yesterday. You can see very few signals that are up to down, but a lot of signals that are down to up. So Dow theory wise, prices are trying making higher highs and closing above previous swings. That is why the readings are changing from down to up. So key names that I see here is this Bank Nifty after being in downtrend. That is this red color you can see here. It is today changing to up, and if I go to Nifty IT, that is also hinting at a change in trend. Or other indices that we see here are financial services, healthcare index. But of course, these are just a filter. You have to check into each one, whichever looks better. Other key names I'm trying to look here. SBI is also a component of Bank Nifty, so this is also hinting at a change in trend. Let's try to look at the Rohit scanner as well, in which we will look at the RMI signals. I've selected both new sell and new buys. I'm seeing only 4 or 5 new sell signals, but a lot of uh, new buy signals in today's session. And with the key names being, let's look at just indices as of now. So the indices that are indicating at this bullish signal today is the Bank Nifty itself, and again the private bank index, which is mostly similar. Apart from that, Nifty Metal is also in the list of the new buy. And I think yesterday also we discussed about this. Somebody asked on Nifty Metal, and I drew this trend line. Let me do it again. So it's right at that level of trend line, closing above this, and with the along with the RMI buy is a good sign for the metal index. Nifty Reality is also showing RMI buy signals. Small cap also showing. So you can see the strength that so many indices are giving new bullish signals on the indicator. Now I'm selecting the basket stocks. A lot of names in terms of the FNO stocks also. So if you're seeing any similar names to what you see in the Dow trend or what you observed in the last few days, and more confirmations are coming in, that is how you filter the setups and track it accordingly. So yeah, so a lot of names to look at. And in terms of sell side also, there are few names, so you need to be checking those setups as well, whether there is anything, any good opportunity there or not, or whether you need to manage your trades and investments accordingly. So if you look at just the number of 52-week highs and lows today, the again same story is there. About 49 new 52-week highs in the Nifty 500, only one new 52-week low. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We are seeing signs of bullish reversal in the market today, and if we are able to close above on the Nifty above the 19,450 level, we can see further continuation towards the 20-day average or more, and that remains to be the outlook as of now. So you guys can log on to Strike and find your setups which you want, which you would like to trade or invest on. Since there are a lot of signals coming in, especially in the last few days, if you have seen the live stream, I've been continuously opening the scanner and so many names are popping up. So the work has to be done on individual's end and after getting a list of stocks. So to help you with more scans, we are adding a lot of new things. As you can see, futures are coming soon, options stools are coming soon, and even the ratio charts are coming soon. So many new things are coming, and we are trying to get it live as soon as possible. But meanwhile, there are already a lot of scans and tools available for you guys to look at and test. So let me know if you have any questions or any chart you want to look at in today's session. Otherwise, we'll wrap up and continue tomorrow. Are we getting RS scanners? So by RS, do you mean relative strength? Have received a question to look at the HAL chart. The stock is up today and it seems to be bullish on all moving averages and indicators, and visually as well. It looks to be breaking out. If I try to draw any trend line here, just a second. Yeah, so it looks like a bullish breakout in process in the HL. If you want to look at the setup, you can go to charts tab and look at Rohit setup. So you would see on the daily chart, it actually gave a new crossover on this day, that is 14th of August, and it has been continuing into that. If you want to look at a larger degree, that is on weekly, then on weekly you can see the indicator is in sell mode, but the all the other confirmations are positive. So yeah, everything looks positive for the stock. Uh, yeah, so for relative strength scanner, yeah, relative strength is what basically you are seeing price performance, right? So to look at relative strength, you can directly go to heat map. This is a scanner in itself. So if you want to look at 1 month relative strength, just click on 1 month, and whichever index pops up, you get to see that on 1 month basis, these are relatively strong stocks in sectors. If you want to look at 3 months, 6 months, similarly, you can choose any time frame. So this itself is a relative strength scanner only, which we have built into heat maps. So that's how you can choose relatively strong stocks and also keep a track of whatever is weak and try to stay away from them. And not just price, we've tried to build other indicators as well. For example, if you want to look at how much percentage is it away from its 52-week high or low. So for example, we are seeing daily stocks are making new 52-week highs. So, but if your selected stock is very close to its 52-week low, which it means it is not performing as the market is. So that is how you need to stay away from the weaker stocks. In terms of moving averages, so many people like to watch 200 and 100 average. So these are many ways you can track the relative strength of certain stocks. Uh, Somebody is asking about template saving. Yeah, so that will be pushed very soon. We are working on that to save your own templates. That will also be done. What is the best way to track high quality stocks like a bot India with low volumes? If you're asking me with respect to how to ride longer trends, then I think let me go to the chart itself and then we can discuss. So as you can see, we have given so many time frames here. The same setup works uh, on daily, weekly, monthly. So if you are looking at a larger degree trend on any given chart, you can go to the longer time frame. So you can see whenever a new monthly signal is confirmed, it continues on the given averages only. That is the 20-month average. Now, of course, that is a too larger time frame to actually trade on, but only long-term investment can be traded. But at the same time, you can switch to shorter time frames in order to manage your trades. For example, in this particular chart, you can see you have seen very clean weekly cycles. You get a new buy, the stock trends, and you get a sell signal. Again, it comes back to the 40 exponential average, and from there, a new cycle starts. So that is how cycles perform in the long term or the short term chart. Yeah, so Sumit, I already was answering the same question asked by Hitesh Patel that we are working on getting your study saved in Strike. So we'll be pushing that very shortly. Once it's done, I'll let you know. And are there any more questions or shall we wrap up for the day? Okay, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow.